But Taylor, don't you think that the AI stuff is going to hurt the Magic industry like in a meaningful fashion? It feels like that is one of the at-risk things especially in the content space, because it's just getting so easy to, fake everything.
Yeah. I don't know who could get hit harder than the Magic community by AI. You're right. They're going to have to return to tradition, just like Chris Angel on the street, real time.
David Blaine. Yeah. David Houdini.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Do you remember when David Blaine sat in that block of ice, in front of a crowd for days?
I liked the videos where it's like Chris Angel walking past 5 groups of Asians and 6 groups of white people to get to one group of black people and be like, oh, serendipitously, how about you guys? And then start doing magic for them. Yeah,
as I'm thinking about listening to what Taylor says, that the online version of them is going to be completely ruined. People won't believe it anymore. They're going to have to take to the streets to do it for real. The porn community faces the same problem and has the same solution, right? They're going to be able to make any video they want at this point, and they're going to have to take to the streets and do their wares in person.
Yeah, they're going to have to be like, you can tell this is real because we're in a Delta lounge.
There's an ad that plays, there's a pre-roll ad that plays before porn, and it's like an AI girl, and she's like, hey there guys, AI porn is here and it's fucking good, and then the music starts and it's just like an AI girl getting fucked by a million dicks while she moans and stuff. It's like, subscribe now, get your own AI girlfriend slave slut. And I was like, skip. All right, back to the shit porn.
Back to a little scatological content.
And the idea is that AI is getting to the point as of a week ago that it is building its own AI such that he now, as a top level developer, feels less needed. And I've heard from the developers that I know that about a year ago, they did 20% AI to check their work and 80% their own code, and now they're inverted. So it's 20% them, 80% AI. But this guy is saying we're now to the point where he's just dictating instructions to a robot to write code. And his case is that developers see this happen first because they build this stuff to build itself, and that essentially all jobs are a year away from being not required. And I'm fascinated by it more so from a post success because he's getting 1 million views an hour on this thing. But I think that it's novel that this also partially AI written article it's not necessarily a doomsday like the world is ending, but it's just that the way that we think about work is about to change. And I don't know that us sitting around late night talking on the internet is necessarily about to change from it. But at the same time, it is impacting so many areas of our lives. And to see something like this gain that kind of traction in that kind of space means other people have the same level of concern. I'm sure you guys have had wild AI conversations here, but I'm curious what your thoughts are, especially as it pertains to our lives of content creation.
Universal basic income is around the corner, if that's true.
Goodness.
It'll have to be. If unemployment goes to 50, 60% or something like that, when do the food riots begin? When do the roving gangs 60. when do the roving gangs start moving through the countryside? You know what I mean? You got to start paying the people to exist. Everybody has to go on essentially a welfare program, but a very beefed up one, because you're going to have to accept 50% unemployment at least. You have lotteries for entries into higher education, because why educate 150 lawyers when you only need one next year?
Right.
It would be the end of Western civilization as we know it.
Well, it could either be really cool or really horrible, and it seems angling towards horrible.
I would argue this development thing is not a good indicator, right? So here's the deal. What people think developers actually do is translate your requirements into code. That's fucking the easy part of the job. That's not really it. The real job is filling in all the requirements you didn't give me, right? If you say, Woody, just make sure this email address is legit. It's like, do you know how much there's missing from that? Do you have any idea of all the different formats that could be a valid email address or what's not a valid email address? You think it's name@domain.com, then what punctuation can exist in an email? And where along that string is punctuation allowed to be? The code around just validating an email address is fucking ridiculous. And that goes on everywhere. It's the unspoken part of the instructions that you left out. Just, what do you make a web page that takes, somebody's name and address? Do you know how much is missing from that? Like how much freaking data purification we have to do to make sure people don't inject SQL into this thing? Like there is so much left unspoken. That's what a developer's actually doing. It's not the part where you translate words into code. And that's the part that AI is good at right now. If I said translate this into Spanish, that's its talent. It can do that. What it's not doing is you look at it and you're like, all right, it doesn't do this, add to it. It doesn't do this, add to it. It doesn't do this, add to it. That's what a developer's really doing. As far as AI making entertaining stuff, I haven't seen it. Every time I see a figure out a video as AI, which happens,
right? I
suck. So it might take me 90 seconds. I click off. I'm like, something about the cadence of this isn't right. It just doesn't seem good. I don't want to see it. I think AI is just going to be a really good tool that enhances what people do, makes them more efficient at what they do. I don't see it. Elon Musk says that in 10 years we'll be in a post-money economy because the robots he's making will do everything for us. Do you think that's even remotely true?
No, and if it were possible, the people with money wouldn't allow it. No.
I don't think his robots will put the dishes away 10 years from now.
If they don't, then we've really fallen off. They've got to start hitting some of these benchmarks.
I don't do it right either. I don't know where the freaking
where do you put the garlic press?
The garlic press is a great example. The thing is, I don't do the cooking, so I didn't take it from that spot. I just put it back in a spot I think she might look.
Yeah, it's the same thing with movies where people are like, oh, in a couple years, you'll be able to prompt your own movie, and then someone will show something. And I saw an actual genuinely very, very good AI video using Walter White, and it looked really good. It was very realistic. There was plenty of things, if you're going to get nitpicky in there, that didn't make sense AI wise, but it looked better than I've seen before. But everyone making those videos, they're not introducing new dialogue and fun things for the characters to say. They're just telling characters from beloved TV shows to have Marvel movie-esque fights. And it's like, okay, well, that's not really building a movie, is it? That's really you just saying, have Walter White and Hank have an epic Marvel movie battle style thing. And it's like, okay, well, when does the intuitiveness, or when does the ingenuity rather get here? When do you start creating the movie you say is possible now? Because all you're doing is creating Captain America style fights between your favorite existing characters.
Yeah, you need a script. You get the AI to write a script, and then you need the AI to speak the script out.
Who knows how good the AI would be at
this music video is like Star Trek shit. It's called Tin Man. And I started watching it thinking I was gonna not like it, and I ended up watching the whole damn thing because it was so good. I think it looks pretty damn good, and they've got every character that's ever been in any Star Trek sort of in this angsty rock music video.
He looks dead.
Well, that's Data, so his face he's an android. That's
right.
He's
might be
pale
throwing you a little bit
in the game. Yeah. You look at anybody else because he's supposed to be an android.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting. So, in your day-to-day lives, do you use AI for anything?
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm cooking, I'm constantly talking to it. Anytime I need to convert metric or something, or just hey, when do I add the kaffir lime leaves to my Thai curry? In the beginning or the end? And it's immediately it goes through Reddit mostly, but also YouTube and a dozen other things, aggregates and answers together. And it's kaffir lime leaves are best added toward the end of the cooking process. Tear them in half if you don't have as much time. Instantly, that? Perfect. So I'm cooking with that all the time. I want the glasses that have the heads up display just for recipes and cooking. Like the idea of having that recipe right in front of my eyes and like not having to look over at something to know it's 3 eggs or it's 2 eggs, just being able to like look up on a heads up display as I cook is, I don't know, that's attractive to me.
I use it to get answers all the time. Like I'm just looking at my little chat history here. I use it to look up reckless endangerment and Pokemon cards during this show. I used it to get some answers about virtual audio cables. That was me. I want to know the difference between Trump and Biden's marijuana initiatives. They both made steps towards making it legal or class 1 or no, class 3. I think
class 3 is
yeah. They didn't do it yet, but yeah, they both made some efforts to push it in that direction. I was like, what is the difference between what they were doing? I don't know which mice can be charged via mouse pad. I get answers on it all the time. And I mostly trust it too much, I think. Like I've heard it called third-party thinking. I love that term. Like when you just outsource all your brain to AI, I probably do that a little too much. If it's a current event, I start going like source after source to fact check it. But if I'm just asking a question about physics or something, I assume it's true, that it's right.
Yeah, if it's like a math thing, it's pretty easy to assume it's right. I think I use it less than you do, but like, and I'm also like, I think a little more boomer mode where I don't fully trust it, but I will, like, if it has to do with cooking or video games doesn't have any good answers from what I can tell, like nothing that great. But if you ask it about like something relevant, like in the news, and this is equally a function of Google sucking dick compared to how it used to give you results. Like Google's results just suck now. It's half ads. You have to go to like page 3 to get good shit. So I will just have AI, answer the question, and I'll tell it to include a certain number of sources and to list them. And then I'll just go scroll past its answer and then open up all the web pages that it cited to like get directly to it. Because if you search that same thing on Google, it's not going to give you that amalgamation of answers. It's going to give you a whole bunch of nonsense, like, because it's all ad driven now.
So all those uses are Fast Smart Google.
Yeah,
I tend to use Fast Smart Google. I like that. Like fast and smart. It does both of those. The only problem is it removes me from the loop quite a bit, right? With Google, intuitively, I would just hit 5 different websites and sort of check to make sure they agreed with each other and come at where I think the answer is. With AI, I'm cautious, but probably flawed in making sure that I don't just accept the first thing it tells me.
Yeah. Or I'm trying to like trick it into saying slurs. Like,
have you gotten into a position where you feel like, oh, I was misinformed by AI and therefore I took a bad take on this idea?
No, I've seen it be wrong though. You know what? I asked AI if I was a superhero and every bit as athletic as, say, Spider-Man, which NBA team would be most appreciative of me bringing home the championship? It was the Sacramento Kings. And then I was like, how would this go? How would the coach use me, etc.? And it mentioned me getting fed by a player. I'm going to foul up his name, but it's like DeAndre Fox or something, who was traded the year before. And I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't know that guy got traded to the Spurs. I know that. You're like, AI has fouled this up. This is important.
No, Woody, don't let him laugh at you. These things are important because I just, as like, before you even said that, my little test, I'm like, I haven't asked AI or Grok like a question, like a subjective thing in a while. I'm like, in your opinion, who are the top 5 hockey players of all time? So like, you need to ask me about something you know.
Did Bobby Orr make it?
Wayne Gretzky 1, Bobby Orr 2, Mario Lemieux 3, Gordie Howe 4, Sidney Crosby 5.
It's a pretty good
fantastic list.
Yeah, that pretty
shows
good 5.
He's aggregating from a lot of good from these 32 good web pages that I could like expand and then go click if I want. Just like 2 years ago, it did so poorly with these things. It's crazy.